Today I want to talk about something which is incredibly important. The power of media to shape our mindset, our thoughts, and our health, our success, our happiness, everything. How powerful is media? When I say media, I'm including the print media, the newspapers, the magazines, TV, movies, and of course the big one, social media. The entire spectrum of how we get influenced and are controlled and manipulated has two aspects to it. The first one is what I would like to call as intentional, and the second one is more unintentional. Let's look at the intentional one. The first ones to understand the power of media were the large industries, the politicians, big business houses, and they quickly started getting in and controlling the media. So there are a lot of lobbyist firms, there are professional lobbies, and they will work with, say, pharma companies, healthcare companies, etc., to plant things in the media so that you get brainwashed. For example, there's a new drug which has come up, and now they want us to all believe this is the miracle drug and works beautifully. So you will see that there are articles coming from credible sources, there are opinions, they keep flooding the media that you read or you consume through digitally or TV or movies, and slowly you start believing them. There are political parties who actually employ these professional lobbies to go out there and manipulate, build images of their leaders in your mind. They're all playing with your mind. There's a big movie gets launched, a big budget movie, and then you see the whole media is praising it and they're making reviews, etc. in different places. They're planted so strategically. They are all playing with your mind and they're controlling it. They're making you think in a particular way. The first impact of an intentional campaign is that your worldview, your thought process is now being controlled and manipulated without your knowledge. And you start believing this to be true slowly and slowly. Let's look at the unintentional impact of media. Now, when we talk of media here, like I said, we talk about all those other media, but the largest impact is from social media. It's believed that over half of the people in the planet are today on social media at least once a day. That's a big number. The first impact is on stress, and there were various researches conducted to see the impact of stress on people who are on social media. Once a study in the US had some interesting findings. Number one, it said that women on social media were far more stressed by what was happening on the social media than men. And among the social media, it was Twitter which was seen as causing a little more stress than the others. Interestingly, there was another view where it said that women also, because they would then just let off steam on Twitter, they actually started feeling a little more better after spending some time on Twitter and opening up. Whereas men didn't see that impact. But the fact remained that the research said, though it was not conclusive, that was a moderate increase in stress for people who are on Twitter especially. The other word which came up was anger. So people were a little more angry. There's something interesting on Twitter which happens when you start opening an account and start looking at people posting stuff. You will realize there are some people on Twitter who think like you, who have the same political beliefs like you, who have the religious beliefs like you, who have the worldview like you. Slowly, you start following only those people and avoid or block the people who have a contrary view. What happens over a period of time, interestingly, is you are only listening to one kind of views, which is your view, and start believing that's the universe. We have robbed ourselves the ability to look at a contrarian view. The next thing which people focused on quite a lot is envy. That people who spend time a lot more on Facebook, more than 50% of them ended up with lower self-esteem, and that started affecting their well-being. And why was that? They found that, and this was more in women than men again, they found that when people viewed other selfies, they got this feeling that others were living a far better life than them. Okay, and remember, this was done over a period of 3 years by looking at over 1 million Facebook users and about 100 million plus of their status changes. Okay, so it actually made them feel inadequate when they looked at others' world and they thought others were having a great time. They were looking good, and they were having great holidays and vacation. This is not a new phenomenon. By the way, in the past, magazines always put underweight, photoshopped models on their covers and inside pages, and made most of the women feel not equal. But this got exaggerated in Facebook with the filters and other things available in social media. If you again look at another mood, okay, so some very interesting study they did, and they found that a bad weather day, it's a rainy day, caused a 1% increase in the negative posts that people posted on social media. 1%. But more interestingly, this 1% negative increase in a city with the bad weather caused 1.3% increase. Meaning 1% here influenced 1.13% to post negatively in a city which were actually experiencing good weather. It just shows the power of influence of the mood of one person has on the other. I'll repeat this. A one person posting negative post in a city with bad weather caused 1.13% people in a city with good weather to post negative posts. There is a good news. The good news also is that for every single positive post, it actually generated 1.7 positive posts from other people. So the influence of positivity is much higher on others than the influence of negativity on people. That's why in my, say, for example, Twitter account, I try and post only positive stuff. I have become much better than the past, but I'm still not there. I'm getting there. But the idea is post positive stuff, and as a user, try and follow people who put positive stuff on there. Negative stuff, critical stuff, There will be so many, but it will only pull you down, spoil your mood, make you feel miserable. Okay, so the impacts are very clear of what media does to us. I'm not even included now the lack of sleep, because social media has been found to impact sleep quite a bit, either because of overuse or being close to the light, artificial light for a longer time in the dark, in the night. But sleep gets impacted, and there are a lot of techniques now which have come to so minimize the impact. Relationships. How many times have you gone for a dinner date outside, and then suddenly you find your partner pulling up the phone and looking at some social media updates, and what it does to your relationship? The fact is, intentional or unintentional, there is a huge impact of media in our life, in our mental well-being, in our health, and as a consequence our success and our happiness. So what should we be doing? We like food, and I want to use the metaphor of food here now. A bad diet can ruin how you look and your health. So what do? You need to make sure you are careful in what you consume. How much sugar do you take in a day? How much bad oils do you take in a day? What kind of exercise you do, physical activity and stuff. So what you consume in food, when you know how to be careful, can we be careful in what we consume as media, from the different media that we get? Let me give you an example. If you consume news every night, the news channels have known for a long time now that the highest eyeball or TRPs that they get is only on bad news. And news about an earthquake will get them a lot more TRP than if they showed a great day, everything nice and people enjoying on the beach. Nobody watches that. It's only bad news that people watch. So that if there is no bad news, they'll invent bad news. I don't mean they will lie, but they will exaggerate. So if you're watching this negativity for an hour every night, can you imagine what it does to you, all that negative stuff? So be careful, be choosy of what media do you consume, whom do you follow, who are your online friends. Stay away from people who do cyberbullying. Just stay away. So identify what are the situations that you don't need to get in. It's complex, and I don't think we've been taught in schools or anywhere about how to manage media, particularly social media. It's become very intrusive and manipulative into our life. So just to summarize, be careful. Be careful of what you watch. As careful as you are when you watch what you eat. Till the next time, stay unstoppable. Bye.